So to be entirely transparent, the second section of the playthrough of day 7 got corrupted. So I'm having to record this 2 days later. I apologize for any discrepancies that are going to appear. 1 second. Eat shit. I apologize for any discrepancies that appear in my inventory and stuff. I'm just replaying this so I don't have to do anything like, sorry, I couldn't upload day 2. Nah, I want to show everyone the full story still. Inventories and stuff will be fixed in the next episode and on day 8, as I will properly reload to the day 8 save. So, just hold on for now, and I'll do my reading as I usually do. I am, however, going to be focusing a bit less on the survival elements, because once I get to a certain point in the story, I am just going to, quit the recording and we'll restart to the point you'll see in, day 3. Not day 3, part 3. Enough immersion breaking, back to the game. Fuck rats. If you're a rat, I hate you. No rats allowed. So this is what the termitary looks like. Ugh. The sack kind of reminds me of like a beached whale about to explode. Gives me that kind of gory, overpressured feeling. They're dying around the meat sacks. Even the worms catch sandpest. Not as quick, but nobody is safe. Hello, Mother Superior. Glad to see you're still in good health.
When does our regular train arrive?
Look, y'all. Here comes a warden. I'm going to test you now. Will you answer? I'll try to do my best. Tell me, how do they call upon the Manku, the faithful of a wardenkin? Well, known by their hands, for they are butchers. By their eyes, for they are surgeons. So you do know. Now I'm ready to speak to you. Don't cross me or else I could get very, very angry very, very quickly. I'm not going to tease you.
My right eye is only half closed when I'm tilted.
Uncle Burak, we've had an extraordinary lady guest come by. She's still here. No, she went to the town jail. She was so angry. She's ordered to unlock the termitary. Said there was no one there to escape anyway. What else did she say? Said she'll punish those who are responsible for this big time. Won't be easy to find out who's to blame, I told her. She'll crack the puzzle though, I think. Thought everyone knew who issued the order to lock the termitary up. Well, I don't. The guest said she would find out. Ugh, she's so menacing. I wanted to shrink down into a very, very tiny little thingy. That's how scared I was. Now, I'm not one to get scared easily. It's strange that she's left you here. She's gone to the town hall jail. We'll hop to that then. Something funny that I noticed is that Taya's room has a unique version of this track, which is essentially a slightly mixed up version that completely omits the screaming and breathing noises. Which I guess is supposed to imply that she's kind of sheltered from the chaos going on outside. Duh. She was in the, I believe it's called the short block. Yeah, wait, I can mouse over it. Oh well, the second block of the termitary. And that definitely had a good audio of the constant unwavering death. Constant unwavering death, which this guy will face. Shit. I am recording, yes? Yes. That's something to keep in mind. Quick saving also refreshes the music. So if I want to quickly do a refresh, just a quick save. Okay, enough with the angels, please. Okay, never mind. Quick saving does not refresh it. That's just a coincidence. Oh. What's up? Justice and equity. These are the principles that a lawful emissary of the powers that be follows. Are you sure? The government inquisitor will conduct a swift investigation, find the culprits, and make a public example of them. Rightfully so, if you ask me, sir. Which culprits? Hundreds of crimes have been committed here recently. I mean this jail, sir. It's been a mass imprisonment of innocent townsfolk, senseless violence, unlawful methods, criminal negligence that led to the contamination of a cell and numerous deaths. The culprit must be punished. Never thought it's you and the likes of you that are actually guilty of unlawful violence. Not by choice, sir. We're acting under direct order, sir. We were not ordered to think, sir. Is the Inquisitor in? Your Excellency is left for that leech of an usherer's house to interrogate him. The one at the root of all the arson mess. They'll fashion themselves with hempen cravats now. Arson is bad, mate. Aren't you fierce? Oh, so the hunchback actually was behind the fire starters this time around. That sucks. Please speak to the corporeal, sir. We lot ain't supposed to. Uh-huh. Are you an extra? Sorry, sir, I have no idea what you're saying, sir. You are not supposed to. Here's the place of the hunchback. I can only assume he hasn't been hung already. Also, I've gotta let my cat in. Come in, kitty. Good girl. Huh. You're for the same reason as we are, aren't you? Seems like we'll have to wait some more. Hopefully we'll get a chance to neutralize her with a single strike. Sever her spine with a precise scalpel slice, so to speak. Undercut her. What on earth are you yapping about? Pardon me? No, nothing. Never mind. You just wait. Victor will find a way to cut her claws. He knows whose skeleton lies in her closet. She can dream all she likes about persecuting the creator of the medicine, but her scheme will fall through if her game is exposed. We had no sympathy for Reuben, yet now we're on his side. Wait a second. Are you telling the truth? She wants to get rid of the creator of the panacea. You need proof? Speak to Victor then. You're only here as a resistance force. To hell with upcoming tyranny. To hell with the hypocritical investigators covering up personal agendas. Such an inquisitor will do nothing for our town. Well, Victor's in. Oh no, I have no idea what's going on either. Talk to the guy over there, though, although I doubt he's going to be of any more help to you than I am. But I am only here out of a sense of camaraderie. It's commendable. So if you haven't noticed, on our quest to find, Inquisitor, we've gone from the Stoneyard, all the way to the Termitary, to the Inquisitor, to Var's house, all the way back to the fucking Stoneyard. We have gone in a complete circle. This is the day one experience, except it's the 7th. Father came back from the capital, or the cathedral. The Inquisitor's methods of investigation are indeed harsh. No omissions or innuendos can survive our questioning. You may want to experience this firsthand. Everyone does their best to protect themselves. Everyone tries to manipulate the facts in a manner which makes it possible to hang the responsibility onto someone else. In light of these self-serving strategies, your role in the recent events look progressively disagreeable. The best you can do is talk to the Inquisitor yourself and explain yourself to her before one of your detractors does it for you. Yes, tread lightly with her. Oh, Lord.
She is condemned. This is the only chance she's going to get. So she will play a wicked game, leaving no witnesses.
You see, Borak, the wheel of fortune takes unexpected turns every now and then. What a strange coincidence. Is it even a coincidence at all? We were expecting the experienced Orf or the resolute Karminski, and yet they've sent a Glayla Lilik of all people. How is it strange? Well, for one thing, Glayla Lilik is my late wife's sister, Nina. We could think ourselves lucky, were it not for an old mutual grudge between the sisters that persisted despite the difference in age. It's a terrible, hopeless feud that even the elder sister's death has done nothing to assuage. It is a coincidence. I fear that too many personal interests will get in the way of Aglayla's duty here. None of these personal interests being remotely favorable for us. I think Aglaila Lilac regards this expedition as a mere pretext for revenge. And since when are Inquisitors allowed to have feelings? Some are. See, it's only getting stranger from here. I've been informed of another strange detail by a person from the capital whom I trust. According to him, the High Tribunal of the Inquisitors Collegium has sentenced Aglaila Lilac to death. What? There are 3 possibilities here. 1, my information is incorrect. 2, she has come here of her own accord, having disposed of the real Inquisitor and usurped their authority. If anything, she has nothing to lose anymore. That's too hard to believe. What about the 3rd possibility? The 3rd, and most likely, possibility is that the powers that be have granted Aglaila Lilac a last chance to redeem herself, by giving her an all but hopeless mission. It makes sense. Her chances of survival here are quite low to begin with. This version seems to be the best one for us. The worst one for you. Why? Because the last thing she needs is competition, my friend. An Inquisitor's job is to find a bold solution to an impossible problem. A solution so smart, so outside of the box, that its very outlandishness, provided of course that it proves efficient, would more than justify their acting with impunity. That's why they are needed in the first place. You've robbed Aglaila of the chance to prove her worth. I'm afraid she's already aware of that. I fear no one. Well, then you can stand before the Inquisitor with a clear conscience. Won't be able to avoid anyway, unless you're considering fleeing the town, of course. I'm considering nothing of the sort. She is probably already at the cathedral. All I can do is wish you good luck. Fortune has been kind of you of late. Perhaps it will continue to shower you with its abundant gifts. If you go to the cathedral, I'd say the odds of your survival and non-detainment are 3 to 7. I should hope so. And yep, it was one big circle. Now I gotta go back to the cathedral.
Premonitions rarely fail me.
The powers that make some of us submit to the will of another is overwhelming, isn't it? Who can call themselves free in our time? Each of us is a mere pawn in someone else's game. Each is blind and deceived. Like who? The proud bachelor who had just been speaking to me is absolutely convinced that he's free. My worst misgivings have come true. He's nothing but a puppet in the hands of the powers that be. Target is chosen, and that someone else's advice was worthy, but his righteous error returned to strike him in the back. Didn't expect to find the Inquisitor so agitated. Abusing someone else's integrity is despicable. Despicable. And I know who's behind all that. Those that have secured my fate will not hesitate to condemn the other envoys. One of them has already entered the stage. The other is making the final preparations. I can already hear the clanking of his battalion's guns. So the Inquisitor finds herself trapped between a learned man and a destroyer.
There are so many crows in the sky.
And what can he who is called a Haruspex, a warden, and the Ripper offer me? I wanted to explain myself. Explain yourself? Your very self? How curious. Speak. I found myself rather preoccupied with matters of identity lately. Seems like I've abandoned those matters all too early. Seen what they have done to me. I thought this is going to be an interrogation. Is this a confession? No, it isn't. Father had invited you to his own funeral, and so you arrived only to find him murdered. And then you came into an inheritance saddled with an obligation to save a creature that you know nothing about by making a panacea. Also warned you of a sacrifice it will inevitably require. Is that correct? It is. So they've made you invent a panacea. An unexpected move. How could anyone make me? You are masterfully led to this conclusion by the circumstances. You consider the creation of a panacea your principal goal. Do you really believe that it was your idea all along? There is no other way to cure the one I must cure. And who told you that? You don't even know who it is. I suspect it's not even human. This is where metaphors come in. I have been preparing for this visit. You see, I have studied these rituals. They are all symbolic. Makes sense. Why go looking for someone to blame? Oh, please. No one is blaming anyone here. Who in the world would call you guilty? Powers that be tricked you. You were set up. Who led you on this path? Who was this malicious influence? You were but a pawn in their clumsy hands. A tool for someone else's execution. Let them foresee my steps and use them in their scheming. That doesn't rob me of my freedom. That's some nerve. Or am I missing something? Listen to me, you silly man. You've been played, manipulated. My position comes with perks, facts, access to information. Don't you believe me? Do you need proof? Do you expect me to change my decisions just for the pleasure of spoiling someone else's schemes? My choices are driven by familial obligations and love. That is enough for me. A worthy answer. Seem visibly shaken. Why? It's strange. Never thought of it like that before. Is it really that simple? Being yourself isn't simple. Incredible. Let me take a closer look at you. Perhaps you were sent to me by fate. I need to think. I am in no hurry. Yes, here's what I think. Bachelor told me you need a man-bull hybrid. I have a theory. Go to the abattoir. It won't be closed. All entrances and exits are open on account of my arrival. I see. Everyone who survived the Torrentary lockdown is going back there. Use this to your advantage. Go to Foreman Oyun. Ask him about the Oroxes. Demand a part of the bull that I know was slaughtered here yesterday. Go. Why the long face? Go, or it's too late. Okay. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm on my way. So we see the town lying atop a large hill. The town, cathedral, and the abattoir. No sight of the polyhedron or the termitary. So now, let us head off to meet this Foreman Oyun, a character that's only been mentioned in the briefest of, well, mentions. Yes, we're going all the way from the stone yard, all the way back to the very top of the Earth District. Backtracking in the video game. At least it's backtracking that has something interesting at the end. Like Majora's Mask. always makes me tense up hearing the angel cloud behind me. Always makes me think I'm about to get struck in the back by plague. But as long as you keep walking forward, it doesn't happen. So I know this is a doomed playthrough, but oh, thank fuck she didn't have a powder. I'd be so upset if I was gonna have to give away this save when that girl had a powder. Something fascinating is happening here. Get fucked, rat. Run, white boy, run. He's dead. God damn it. Oh, that was real close to getting immolated right there. But now I am the real exterminator here. You two have a good time. My playdates as a kid looked just like that. Two of them. Let's just get into the abattoir. It's not very nice out here. So this is the abattoir. Place that the Bachelor couldn't even get into. Well, not properly anyways. No exploration to be had, you just got beat down and then the abattoir locked up again. Here it is. A big tribal-esque cave system. Hey, there's all the cows that were missing earlier. Good boys. I would question that gravity does not work like this, but there's also a floating polyhedronic structure in town, so by all means, this bridge could also have been developed by the Stematids. Sick lore I know. This game's render of a cow is almost kinda like cute. Something about them is pleasing. Here he is, Foreman Oyun, at his weird cow shrine.
Be brief, kindred one. You are unwanted here.
to address me. You are Oyun, a Manku, and the foreman of the abattoir. Then ask. Tell me what an Aurochs is. Aurochs is the name given to a kindred bull by merchants of old. Call him Boss Primigenius to honor the knowledgeable one that had shown him to us. I know of that name. He is Mother Buddo's flesh and blood, his form congruent to the universe. His lines are the lines of the world. There's nothing in the world that is not contained within the body of a supreme. His white flesh tells the march of time. His blue flesh rules waters and rains. His brown flesh keeps the heat in. I am aware of that. Aware? What are you aware of? Are you aware that his ribs are mountain ridges? That his skull is the firmament? His juices are rivers. His hair is herbs and grass and roots. His voice is the song of Buddo. This is the seed, the joy of Buddo's veins. His black blood, the time and memory of our earth. Are you aware of that? So you've opened up a Supreme not so long ago, haven't you? I have, as was my right. Who else but I, the warden, the foreman of the abattoir, is to open a Supreme's lines up? Give me a gulp of his blood. You are impudent, son of Buddo. Aren't you pushing it? I act in the name of those who sent me. You know what emissary came to the town? You know what emissary came to the town last night? Sorry, I tripped up on my words. Know that all too well. Let it be so then. I'll give you as much blood as you can carry in your cupped palm. This is the price I am willing to pay to buy us peace and get rid of the emissary. Neither of you nor your name, so you will not get a single drop more. Give me your hand. I am Artemi Burak, son of Isidore Burak. You know me and my name. So, we have the blood of a supreme cow. Burak. Abattoir blood, a vessel with precious contents. Almost hot to the touch. The blood inside flows slowly and seems to be vicious and transparent, reminiscent of the rare twire sap. Well, suppose this is our last effort. If this doesn't make panacea, then nothing else will. Let us return to the lab. You're okay over here, mate. This is some kind of ritual I don't know about. Fascinating. I'm not gonna head out the way I came. There is a second exit which will put me closer to my home. It's a big room. I think this is the exit I'm looking for. Yeah, it is. It dumps me out here, and there's a third exit you can travel, which takes you right up at the edge of the step, where the Gorkin River ends. You can use that for whatever reason. But this edge is, you know, it puts me out closer to my lab, so that's good. only fitting that I get headaches while playing this game, given how the Twire is so poisonous to the nervous system. It's probably just because I'm talking a lot. All of my streams give me headaches as well, but it's just kind of almost fitting. Fitting that I'm in pain playing this game. Love it. Anyways. This is the moment we're all waiting for. Will this make us the panacea? We have done it. Panacea, an organic serum based on antibodies that Artemi Burak managed to procure from some mysterious source. Completely eradicates the effects of the infection at any stage. Is not harmful. Only a few portions exist in the town, probably no more than a dozen. We're tech since we just made the very first panacea, but whatever. We've done it. We now know that it is possible to make panacea. And now, this was the point where I could recover the other half of the recording, so meet you on the third part.